I want to educate you on you. I want to empower you in times of adversity, and I want to equip you to heal yourself because you can. Welcome to season 1 of my podcast, Unshrinkable. Hi, I'm Emily Katz. My guest and I are here to help you find what works for you beyond traditional therapy and mainstream meds. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to introduce our beautiful guest today, Elena, a personal stylist with a background in languages and teaching, event production, translating books, and even training as a jazz singer. Elena's path to styling is as unique as her approach to helping people feel confident through their personal style. In our conversation today, Elena will share how style is a universal language that can empower individuals to feel their best, and we all want to feel our best. Elena's clients have sung her praises, noting significant transformations in their wardrobe and confidence levels. From closet inspections to styling hacks and visual illusions, Elena's approach to styling is both practical and inspiring. So join us today as we dive into Elena's journey as a stylist and uncover the keys to unlocking your own unique style and confidence. Let's dig in. I cannot wait. Elena, please say hi and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone.
Tell us a little bit about who you are and more specifically how you got here doing what you do.
Yeah, I think Emily has covered most of my multi-potential personality. Yes, really, by my first education, I'm a translator and a teacher of languages. I also have got some musical education. I do sing jazz. And in my previous years, I also worked as an event organizer for a long time, doing really big events in Russia. With the stars like Amy Winehouse and etc. Really impressive. But now, a few years ago, somehow I've come to a path of a personal stylist, and this is not and this doesn't come as a surprise to me, really, because before that, for maybe 7 years, I had been running charity buy and sell online shop on Facebook, still living in Russia, in St. Petersburg. People gave me their clothes. First, they would give me some trash, but then they started giving really good things because no one needed trash. First I was just thinking that I would give the clothes to charity, but then I found out quite quickly that no one needs, especially in big cities, no one needs clothing. I mean, even the people who are in poor people, needing people, they are overwhelmed with clothing, but everyone needs money for medicines, for everything. So I started selling clothes and dressing people, and that was a really cool thing, a win-win. It still is, but I'm not running in the way I used to because I'm not, most of the time, not in Russia, I'm in Israel. So, and that was a win-win thing because on the one hand, I dressed people in really great designer clothes for very little money. And on the other hand, I would send this money to charities in order for them to be able to buy needing people medicines, food.
Beautiful.
So yeah, and then I was thinking when we moved to Israel with my family, I was thinking how I can transfer this wonderful occupation of mine into something in Israel, having become needing people ourselves, and all of a sudden on Facebook again, a woman almost cried for help, asking to do shopping with her as a friend. Because she was saying she was desperate. Each time she would go to a shopping mall with her teenage daughter, the teenage daughter would say that everything she looks at is cringy, and she mentioned I would just leave in tears. So we went shopping. I did closet inspection. I consulted the older colleagues of mine, and we did closet inspection. We went shopping. She was happy. The daughter said she would take all the things that we bought to herself. That was the highest praise. And I decided that, yeah, maybe I need to give it a go. And I started learning.
Beautiful. Okay, awesome. I love hearing how people find their paths to doing what they do and the things that they do. So you were mentioning how, personal style is like a universal language, helping people feel confident. So how, how have you find that how do you find self-expression, let's say, through the clothes to help with confidence?
As you can see, me being a ever seeking person, singing whatever languages, you always seek for words, you always seek for new sounds, new songs, whatever, new men. I think that this journey is never ceasing. The journey of finding your personal style, and it's an exciting one. It's a very exciting one. When we work with my clients, first of all, I know for sure that a person who has come to a personal stylist is a person who wants change. Definitely. Either because the person is depressed, or the person wants to change the whatever partnership status, or the person just wants to change even without looking for a new partner or whatever, but just needs a change. Like the requests that I have from my clients are, I stopped feeling myself up to date. Like I used to feel myself trendy without even, trying to keep in track. But now I somehow lost this. Another thing is, and this is also seen straight away, when a person is lonely and a person wants to meet someone, of course, the person wants to change. The person wants to fill this gap inside, with some, and at a certain point, this person comes to understanding that clothing may be a way. It's not 100%, but it's one of the tools. And this is definitely. So we try with my clients or with my friends, we try to find these sources, first of all, the sources inside a person. Because a person may dress like casually, or even you would call it bad taste or whatever, or no taste at all. But you can always see some, hints. They're always there that the person has got style. I truly believe that every person has got style. And style and fashion are two different things, as I mentioned earlier, discussing it with you. So my idea is just to awaken this style, to take it out from the person by means of giving a person a task to make a board, a creative board. For example, putting their paintings, the music a person likes, brands, models, actors, right? And you can always kind of guess by this the person is up to, what her inclination is. Actually, this is almost always, it is seen from the way the person is dressed already now, but somehow you just need to tune it, as they call it with art. You just need to tune it. There is style, there is personal style, and there are style hacks, trends, fashion, what they call good taste, harmony, which should be there. Obviously, it should be there. And I guess that this combination of personal style and some kind of harmony, because actually what the fashion of the 20th century is all about is about breaking rules, breaking the rules, like, Balenciaga and then, all these extra huge shoulders and whatever, funny, ugly fashion like frocks and stuff like that. This is all about breaking the rules. So I guess this mixture is finally, if we achieve this by doing closet inspection, by buying new clothing, by combining the two, this creates kind of not a new person, but this creates a new appearance of a person in which a person feels confident. And this is what I get from my clients.
I can feel how, like, for some people, like, getting dressed can be like, it can feel like a chore. It can feel like effort. It can feel like, oh, what do I wear? What this, what that, and it sounds like you make it fun and exciting and actually like a part of, like, an extension of themselves in a way.
Yeah, I think this is my ultimate goal. I would love to, because I'm kind of the stylists tell me now, you're not new, you already like got 20, 30 clients. This is not, stop calling yourself a freshman, a newcomer. But I think this is this is why I am here, because really my first task is to help people. This is what I love doing. And
I could
if I can
definitely
help,
feel that.
yeah, and if I can help them to feel more confident by means of clothing, the path that I have chosen now, then voila, then yeah, I will do that.
Did you always did it come instinctively to you finding your style? Was it something that you always had very clear to you? Like, what was your journey with your own personal style?
I guess my own personal style is a child of my past in the Soviet Union, where at the beginning I was born in the 80s, I would say 1974. There was no real good clothes on sale. They were just ugly brown, black, gray. I know all these colors are very trendy, but now, but I mean clothes that didn't have any zest. Clothes without style, ugly sitting, ugly cut, not interesting at all. So we would always I think that this is a lot due to my mom, because she has always got very good taste, and she would always, much more than me, she loves shopping. And she loves finding great finds in a bunch of trash.
Definitely a bargain hunt. I love thrift shopping and finding really nice pieces.
Yeah. She doesn't love thrift as much as I love. I'm
I
a
love it.
fan of thrift. No, she's not. But she used to find really cool, and you had to hunt for them. You had to go. We couldn't go abroad. You know, the farthest places we could go to is like the Baltic states, which are now Baltic states, but they used to be part of the Soviet Union. Yeah, and clothes there were better. So this is part of my style. Second part is also certainly, I think, my humanitarian education and the music that I studied in childhood, which gave me, I think, a broader overview, which developed my personality. All these, yeah, I think that a lot of my style is also due to music, however strange it may seem. Also, all of my parents' friends have been quite trendy, although despite the lack of clothes, but they would buy clothes from I don't know what you call them in English, the people who would bring them from who would bring them from abroad.
Okay.
And they would sell
Imported?
them
Buy it?
imported, but that wasn't legal. I mean, that was,
Okay.
yeah. And so, yeah, I think great part of me are them. And one of my parents' friends, he's a jeweler, very good one. And he, in my early childhood, started working with semi-precious stones, which I love still today. Yeah, I think all of these. And then, the first trips abroad. Oh my God. I remember how I went to the States due to this exchange program to Vermont, not the capital of the world, nothing like. And the family I was staying with, they bought me, great people, they bought me a Benetton jumper and like a sweatshirt and Sony Play and Sony, what was it called? Walkman, the yellow Walkman. But this red Benetton sweatshirt was just amazing. You wouldn't imagine what it felt like for a Soviet child, and the smell that came from the plastic bag.
I find it is fascinating to me, the things that influence us, that impact us, and hearing how different things influence different people differently. And it really is so much. It always brings me back to this, like, you got to find what works for you, and you got to find your path, and you got to find your thing, and you got to find your style. And I do feel that, like, wherever you're at your journey, we do eventually, or maybe we start there, right? But like at some point in our lives, we're going to potentially find ourselves on this, like, how do I want to show up in the world, as well as how do I want to feel within myself? Like if I I find often that like the way I dress kind of reflects my mood as well. Like if I just feel, I just want to be comfortable. I don't really feel like too exciting right now, or excited, or I don't want to make too much effort. Like I'm just really tired. I'm just going to put on some pajamas, But then sometimes it's like I'm feeling a bit tired and a bit unenergetic, but I want to liven myself up. Like I want to, and it will actually shift my energy if I then dress in a different way. Like I'm really starting to actually like You know how there's like intuitive eating? I'm
Mhm.
starting to do intuitive dressing.
Very good way to go, right? Your
I
energy.
myself like doing that. Like
Yeah,
how
you can put on some silk, for example.
I put on some clothes. I don't remember when it was. It was one of these episodes yesterday or the day before I did a recording and I was dressed and then I was like, no, I don't like how this feels. Like I'm not feeling like it's not matching the energy that I want to be in. And so I went and I got changed and I came back. I was like, ah, that feels better. You know, and it's the clothes. And I'm like, how is that possible? How is it a thing that like what we put on ourselves changes our energy, our actual experience, you know, our emotion. And it just fascinates me because, you know, in the past, I didn't have too much kind of mental space to kind of think about these things, but now I do. And now it's really it really interests me how we can impact our own energy.
I think we need to actually the good thing to go. Yeah, you were asking about people not knowing what to wear and for them choosing what to wear in the morning becoming a chore, right? And a difficult task, and them like spending hours in front of the closet. A good thing, although it's kind of boring. I mean, there are two approaches. There is this capsule, right? The notorious, everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
The basic clothing, but it really works. I mean, you only need 14 pieces. Come on, 14 pieces, two pair of bottoms,
Okay.
3 or 4 pair of ups,
Two bottoms.
a pair of sneakers, trainers,
Okay.
one pair of like today it's kitten heels for to
Okay.
go out. Or ballerinas, something elegant, more elegant, right? That you can change from sneakers. In the summer, flip-flops, Crocs, whatever you prefer. And what else? Yeah, we're not talking about winter now. Of course, you need a
Yeah.
jacket, you need a, puffer, oh god, something like that. But, and this is it. And you can change them.
As in mix them up.
I think it's like 80 different options from 80 combinations from 14 pieces. Can you believe this?
Yeah.
So that's more than enough for 2 months. And you need a bit of accents, as they're called, for them. Like you pick a pink scarf or a pair of extravagant earrings or a purse that is
You know, I think we talked about this in the pre-interview, I think, is that like the other day I got dressed in what I usually would wear. It was a couple of months, it was winter. So it was like leggings and a shirt, you know, and I was just like, okay, it's like what I wear every day, just a different color or a different whatever. And then I was like, hold on. And I put like a scarf on and then I put like a cardigan on, you know, and I was just like, ah, that looks so much better. And suddenly I feel so much better. I feel like I
yeah.
look better. And I just kind of, I accessorized and I was like, this is accessorizing. I just accessorized.
That's a word to actually accessorizing. I'm a big fan of accessories because I don't like many clothes really. Although I do like the same like you do. I do like dressing by mood, but
I
but I
definitely like quantity over quality, I have to admit. I like having a shit ton of options.
no, I'm a big fan of decluttering. Really, maybe because I used to
I
run
need to start.
this charity online shop, and all the things were stored in my closet, although the closet was quite spacey, and still I hated it. I had, I was forcing myself all the time to sell it and to get rid, and with them I wanted to get rid of my own clothes too. I don't have any sympathy for clothes. Yeah.
No, by the way, I have to say, I think that wanting the choice and the quantity over quality, I think that's an old pattern that I am learning to like shift out of. And I'm seeing the things that need to heal and like why I wanted quantity over quality, why I wanted choices. And it's all like fear, but like you could learn so much about a person on their closet. Like I swear, I'm definitely moving towards the decluttering piece.
Yeah, this reminded me of another thing that comes from my Soviet past. My grandma used to say that, my Jewish grandma, that we're not as rich as to buy cheap clothes.
My husband says that all the time. He's like, I'm not rich enough to buy cheap shit because I have to replace it all the time.
Exactly. And this is actually the pattern that I'm still following.
Yeah, but I find really like there are things that I live in and wear constantly, and it's from like a really cheap shop. Well, thrift shopping as well. It's like even
Thrift
cheaper.
shopping is
I
not
like
cheap.
I like upcycle.
Yeah. So anyway, these
Sorry. Yeah.
basic clothes are
Mhm.
very handy.
Yeah.
Just believe me, because you've got a pair of blue jeans, a pair of trousers. You have a dress, like a basic dress. They're
Mhm.
different in some and in basic dress is basically the dress that you can wear
Anything.
with anything, yeah, with a
Mhm.
scarf, with sneakers, with heels, with jacket, with a shirt folded, with whatever. And then life becomes easy because you've got all like these 14, okay, 20, 18 pieces that you combine with each other every time, and you just add, yeah, like you said, for example, in the COVID, all of us started wearing sport suits, right, all the time. And I really love them. I still do. You know, like a hoodie, a
Yeah.
huge oversized hoodie and oversized pants. But you can, even to that, you can add a bright purse. You can add a bright purse or weird bright earrings, and you would look, you can go out. I mean,
Mhm.
during COVID. Yeah, and changing your sneakers to heels or even to flat ballerinas
Yeah.
already changes everything, and you can wear the same clothes. So I'm a big fan of accessories, of shoes, because they can do magic with your looks.
I think with accessorizing as well, it adds a little bit more of self-expression, a bit more of personality, right? So you can have like something that's like, again, I'm wearing beige like
Yeah,
jumper and beige pants, you can't see that kind of matches, but then red nails. And you know, if I did red lipstick and a bit more makeup and like whatever, then it would add
right now, brush up your
it would add a
look.
bit of a twist, you know, and that's something that
Yeah.
I'm really liking. I like taking something normal and then just adding to it, and it kind of changes the vibe.
Exactly. Also, it is the thing with the sneakers, for example. If you take a dress and
Mhm.
you wear it with the heels, this is one thing. This is elegance. But if you put trainers, then you look trendy, you look street style, you look completely. You're wearing a different vibe, and you're
Yeah,
feeling this different vibe.
that's the piece that
Not even mentioning comfort.
I find it so fascinating though, the impact it has on the vibe, because you wouldn't think it, right? I mean, in the past, I'm telling you, I would have like even judged it. I was like, yeah, okay, like come on, like that's gonna change how you feel. But it does. It really, really impacts how you feel. And I never really gave it that credit in the past. I never really kind of bought into that in a way, you know. But now that I'm experiencing it for myself, like
Mhm.
I think I may have mentioned this before, but like when I had my self-development kind of beginning, myself, like my awakening, whatever you want to call it, I took off all my jewelry and all my like everything.
Uh-huh.
I was all diamonds and bling and this and that and whatever, and I took everything off and I was just like, okay, clean slate, and I'm just starting afresh. Who am I? Who am I? And what do I want? And I didn't want any of that kind of, I didn't want anything on me. I just wanted to kind of just be and figure things out. And then slowly I've been adding, you know, and I'm like, and I
But
consciously,
consciously.
intentionally, I didn't wear any rings, and I was like, I want to wear rings. What kind of rings do I want? I don't know. And then a year later, like it took me a year to be like, what do I even want? Like it was very much more of self-expression, but not because I care what people think about me, because I care about how I feel about me and what I would want to, what I have to say. It's a bit more about like, what is my message to the world, and is it aligned with my values and who I am? And so like I have a ring that's my sister's mood ring from when she was 10 years old. It means a lot to me because it's my sister's and I love it.
Beautiful navy blue.
But
Yeah.
and it keeps changing color based on my my kids love it. They're like, "Oh, what color is your ring today?" You know? And I
Mhm.
love it. And it's like in the past I would wear a Tiffany, you know? And then now this means this is what I like and what I care about. And I feel it's very much like me expressing for me as opposed to for others, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the way, like that's how I'm viewing personal style right now. It's like it's a an expression of me for me, and then that affects my energy.
Yeah, this is what I try to do with my clients, really, because I love trends. I like, for example, Swiffers, you know, the thing, the kind of shoes that are trendy now this summer. They're called Swiffers. I like the thing that we clean the floor with. They're extremely cool.
Really?
But,
Oh my
but
God.
come on, but come on.
Hold on, I'm going to show my favorite sandals. They are fluffy black, like Birkenstocks,
Yeah,
but fluffy.
yeah, they're very nice.
I love it.
They're
They're
cool.
comfortable.
Yeah, and they're black. That this is becomes to everything. So basic wardrobe, I think, is very important. Accents are very important. Like accents, accessories, right? Accessories, but of course matching. You need to be cautious about harmony. Remember harmony. Like if you've got red shoes, just for example, do red nail polish or red lipstick or one red earring or something red. What else? Yeah, and then you probably sometimes you don't even need to buy expensive new dresses because you can do a lot with accessories. But also, buying a new dress is also fun,
It is.
of course. Of course, we all would love, maybe not, but yeah, but it's very important what kind of dress, because yeah, the thing that I'm also seeing with my clients, a lot of people turn to a personal stylist when they have some body issues that they're not happy with. And a good thing to know is that clothes can help. Visual life hacks, visual illusions. Like, for
I was going to
example,
ask you about the visual illusion.
the V-neck, for example, the V-neck prolongs your silhouette. It makes you look skinnier and taller. Like long earrings they make your neck look longer. The monochrome is perfect for that, monochrome, because top and bottom of the same color. And also if you add shoes of the same color, you become you become slender and tall. Also second layers. This is one of my favorite topics, actually, the visual life hacks, because they work really well, and I've seen that a lot. Then showing your waist. This is very important, to show your waist. Maybe you noticed that it's really trendy now to not, like, all of us used to wear
Little space.
yeah, and now you need to show, for at least here, right?
Yeah.
You can let it loose here, but at least here you need to show your waist, because if we see the waist, the eye sees the length of a leg,
Ah, okay.
and you look taller. And you look taller. This is very important. This is a great style hack for everyone, and stuff like that. I mean, they really work.
Yesterday I was wearing like a t-shirt and baggy pants, like a tight t-shirt and baggy pants, and then I put the baggy pants like a little bit higher in the waist, and then I was like, if I had a belt and accentuated the waist and like an accessorized around the waist, like that would actually look really good, but I don't have one, so I need to go buy a belt. But
Also,
I
with the
think it's
belts can be really tricky, because
okay.
if you've got a little bit of weight on your, I'm not talking about you, on your waist,
Yeah.
you'd rather not accentuate I mean, take a belt, but pick a belt of the same color as either trousers or the up.
See, lots
Yeah.
of tricks. I was going to ask you about the visual illusions. It was very interesting. Very cool.
I know lots of them. What else is there? If we've got time, what else makes us the pointed noses of our shoes? They make us look skinnier, and they're really trendy now. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
the pointed nose. Yeah, because
It makes it look longer, the visual.
yeah, and they create this fragile, refined silhouette.
Mm.
You can wear them with jeans. You don't need to dress up in order to wear them. You can wear them with baggy jeans, with pants, with maxi skirt, with whatever. But also a very important thing is not cutting your leg. Like midi skirts, really tricky. Never wear a midi skirt with, I mean, okay, you can wear everything with anything. It's a matter of personal style again. But if you wanna try to somehow compliment yourself. Wear like ballerinas. Wear the shoes that open your ankle. Ankle should be opened. with a midi skirt. Or then on the other hand, these could be boots that go under the skirt. Or underpants. So all like black tights and black shoes, for example, so that the leg is not cut in segments. I mean, yeah. Also shirts work really well because they create the vertical.
Yes, I really have been liking that one. I've started wearing like shirts just to layer up as well because I don't know if it's hot or it's cold. It's like spring, like in between, right? So I've been putting just shirts on top and I'm like, I really like that. It kind of
It does. And also you can accentuate your waist by means of shirt, by tying it up here, or you can do magic. You can have so much fun with the shirt. I mean, that's really a very popular topic now among stylists and among people, like putting the shirt backwards, wearing the shirt backwards, and even wearing ties backwards. Yeah. This is cool.
But my next thing I think is going to be earrings. So I like the long earring hack.
Don't need them. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, confidence is a thing. Also, I found out that confidence is a thing that comes from someone who you trust, tells you that you look good and that you are good, and that this is very important. Like one of my clients, she told her friend that you try to dress me the way you like, and Lena dresses me the way I like it. We just tune her.
Yes, very good. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amazing. I'm going to wrap it up here. And if anyone wants to find you, reach out to you, hire you, etc., your details, everything is here in the description, wherever it is that you're listening.
Can I just add one thing?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, apart from that, all of you are beautiful. I think all the people are really beautiful. Just it's a matter of attitude and clothing. We started out, if I can announce this, we started out with a friend of mine who is a wardrobe organizer who makes your wardrobe tidy. We started kind of webinars, you can call them probably webinars, group webinars for people, for 7-10 people, closet inspection from two sides, from the side of style and from the side of decluttering and order. And I think that, we're going to have the second one in Russian, but the third one we're going to have in English. So
and are these going to be evergreen? Can, like, if someone's listening to this in 3 years, is this something that will be available, or is it only live?
No, I think these are online things. These are the things that have these are 2-week things. Yeah, maybe at some point we're going to sell them. Yeah, but for the moment they're like interactive. Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough. But I'm sure anyone looking you up, they'll see whatever you have available whenever it is that they're looking. And thank you. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and your time with us today. I really, really appreciate that.
Thank you so much
to everybody listening. Yeah. Hope you found our conversation as inspiring and exciting as I did, learning about our potential with our self-expression in our personal style. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on your favorite platform. Your support will really help me reach more people and hopefully have a bigger impact. I'd also love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway from today? What is something that you did not know otherwise, or that, inspired your creative juices? Please let me know. Stay curious, stay informed, and stay tuned for more episodes coming your way. Elena, thank you again. You're amazing.
Thanks for having me. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Bye.